What's up? Bro, I'm full. The reason I stream late tonight, I went to my friend's house. He brought like a lot of food and said, hey, we buy extra. Come in. So I ate like a lot. Now I am bloated. Oh god. For tomorrow, I think I'm gonna stall the Genshin event. I need to check the duration, but I'm gonna stall until the weekend. So next week I'll start. Probably.
Strange. Paimon's heard lots of people talking about this academia extravaganza thing earlier. Wonder what that is. Maybe there'll be fun things to do there. Let's go to the academia and have a look for ourselves.
Okay. My resin is almost. Well, not almost. That's better. Parade of Providence. 17 day, okay. So if I stall until Sunday, because I want to see how far I can push. Or start real story, can I progress throughout the story? Or at least unlock weekly bosses. Then technically I can. Okay, I can stall. Look at that. Yeah, so it is not at. Okay, I can stall, I guess. Nice, my red ping, that really nice. Thank you. Web event. Oh. Oh, no, later.
There are leaves.
Any bugs or something? Nothing, okay. Second half, yeah, expected. Fish, the 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 rumors are true. Sack Lion's Roar. Is it Morning Event Star? And the Claymore one? It's not a bad weapon banner, but yeah, underwhelming. It's not good. I use story quest, huh? Mm. My aim, at least for my aim for story right now, is to at least unlock, finish everything in Bellabot, because you need to finish everything with Bellabot so that you have access to basically the equivalent for world boss. World boss, not weekly boss. You also unlock weekly bosses mechanic after you finish Bellabot. So basically the game is very story heavy to unlock features. In Genshin, because the game is open world, you can do some of the grinding mechanic straight away. Maybe like early game, you need to go to Razor story quest to unlock Andres, and then Archon quest to unlock the violin. But that's it. If you unlock those two, you get basically that's the equivalent for Star Rail and Prologue. But this in Star Rail, you kind of have to play it normally because a lot of mechanics. Even if you don't have access to artifact domain or artifact places, you are missing out on a lot of things available that you can farm. Right now we only have Calyx, money, and XP book. That's it. Tomorrow I'll do Star Rail. At night I'll do Genshin. I think right now that would be my schedule. On Monday I'll do Genshin, at least for the weeklies. And Star Rail, if I haven't unlocked the story, I'll do Star Rail story. Continue. The thing is, once I hit Trailblaze level 20, at least in Star Rail, if I remember correctly, I'll use a lot of the fuel and try to get my character up to level 40 and my light cones to level 40. However, at least for this part, for this playthrough or for this official release, I think I play normally because I did some calculation, and by the time you reach end game, quote unquote, which is, you know, the state where you can guarantee a 5-star relic, you will have about 33 fuel, basically fragile resin. So, and then I think I'm gonna split the resin base, or the fuel, the Trailblaze power based on what artifact domain I need to farm. Which one do I, because at least right now we have two generally set to attack, the one that gives you attack and the one that gives you break damage. The rest are just either by role, so you know, one for shielder, one for healer, or elemental relic, so increase wind damage, increase ice damage or whatever. It's not efficient. Like in Genshin you have something efficient, it's not. So I think I'll take my time with it and wait until most people figure it out rather than I do it. I think the break damage effect, the break damage set will be better in the long term, because at least during beta, break damage is like a thing that people abuse so that they can clear higher level content, which is, you know, fair enough. The thing about break damage, the break effect at least, from what I remember, and I hope I understand it correctly, you will deal less damage from regular attack. You're not building crit, you're not building attack. However, or at least you don't focus on that. But if you know, empty, or the final hit, based on my own definition, the final hit before you empty the toughness bar, that final hit before opponent is, you know, broken, oh boy, if you have high break effect, you can deal a shit ton of break damage. At least based on some of the videos that I've seen, you know, got recommended. So, you know, I think there are some function. I think there are some of the build are like valid, but we'll see. I just play normally because I technically fulfill my experiment objective, I guess, when I started playing the closed beta. Well, not the closed beta, the final beta. I think at the very worst, at least for me, at the very worst, I will reach endgame, which is Trailblaze level 50 next patch. At the very worst. At the very worst. The earliest, obviously, this patch. So yeah, we'll see. Because I've been spamming a lot, and I also don't track how many days worth of refreshes that I did based on the fuel that you got from Pom Pom and the fuel that you get from refreshing. I don't keep track of it, but I know it's more than 33. But I also don't do it like for a long time. Is it in the chasm? Okay, it's in the chasm. So we can do that last. We can start here. I also don't remember how many days, but I don't think I did it after I got Zilla, which is like mid game. Everyone was like level 50, I believe. But basically I finished Zhanzhao Lawful before I got Zilla. Zilla, I play hardcore for like 9 days maybe, at least based on the live stream archive that I compile in my playthrough on my channel. So in like 9 to 10 days you can get enough pity, assuming you clear everything.
Another test job. Order guide you.
In the game.
Solidify.
As one with
You should have enough for like one hard pity. It's technically hard pity, at least in my opinion, because I got Zilla 80 on the dot, so you know.
Cryo incarnate.
Try.
The wind knows
Not careful.
unleash.
But to be fair, I was speeding up. Give me a sec. But yeah, whatever. I can swirl this thing. Okay, next time. I think, at least based on my prediction, next week. Not next week, next patch, I will reach endgame. I'm not gonna reset or refresh my Trailblaze power, my TP. I read somewhere, I don't remember, is it Reddit or is it in-game? We'll get 10 pulls later on. I think on the 30th April, I think. I guess Hoyo is happy with Star Rail reception. The thing about turn-based game is I like turn-based game, I just grew up with it, but some people think it's slow. I don't think it's slow. Action game gets boring when it comes to grinding. See Genshin. Why do you think I use Kazuha for like overworld? So like one press enough to kill most things. Hence why. Can you run Eula or like ride any, or should I run them in the overworld? Probably. But there's a lot of like button pressing. Kazuha, most of the time you can just one-shot stuff with this. Hence why I bring Kazuha for everything in the overworld. But then it's just gone down, huh? I think because I got used to grinding and turn-based game where you reach a point where you can basically one-shot or have like a setup for grinding. I manual everything, about over 90 hours in Hajimari no Giseki. I know I use Hajimari, not Trails of Delivery, because I played the JP version.
Gather.
Over 90 hours of grinding Sepith in Hajimari no Giseki and new materials
Clouds high.
manually as a turn-based game. Nothing wrong with it. I have fun with it. Some people think, oh, why would you do that? You know, but hey, I like turn-based game. I like the game, so I just grind it.
One with nature.
But during that time, I already have the, I guess, I already have the setup for it. So I just I can mindlessly grind.
Gather.
But for action game, Genshin, even God Eater is different for Genshin. I get it, but
Adorn my night.
there's some similarities.
You agree? Stay put.
I level up the not Liwei, Yao skill to level 5, level 6 or something.
Into the wind.
She's not like poorly built, you know.
Stabilize.
Time to go.
I'm on fire.
The wind knows me.
Spread your resources, boys.
With wind and cloud. Take your true form.
Crumble.
So
Gather.
I guess maybe that's why I like Stardew so much. I think it's too early to talk about how the game will progress, blah blah blah, because you know it's too early to tell. Someone already posted like a day 1 sales for Stardew, and they say, oh, it's a lot bigger than Genshin, blah blah blah. But at least in gaming world, why a lot of franchises, a lot of like series move away from turn-based,
Don't be scared.
because they think that people get bored of turn-based, because most people think that turn-based games are slow. So you know, hence why like Final Fantasy, to name a few, that really move away from turn-based game to action-oriented game. So yeah, it's too early, at least for us, to speculate how successful Stardew will be. I think not being open world also kind of a big turnoff for some new players. I'm not saying that they don't want to play the game, no, but the difference between Genshin and Stardew is that you have access to everything straight away. So obviously after the tutorial, blah blah, right? But tutorial Genshin is kind of quick, I guess. In your first hour of the game, you have access to ley line. Basically, you can spend your resin, you can make like meaningful progresses. At least modern gacha game, they usually have, within the first 2 hours, you should be able to like set yourself up for like, you know, the next day you log in, you can either progress or you can just stall your progress and wait for like the weekend or something. You know, I get it, some people are busy. Stardew so far, the long playthrough, at least based on the hours I've put in, all of them are like story, or I think 90% of them are like story. So I'm not blaming them. It's a story heavy game, I get it, but maybe it's a bit turn off for newcomers, because once, let's say people that start in 1.1, they have 3 nations and potentially over what, 20 to 30 hours worth of story to go through. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. That's just my rough estimation. Because Bellobon is what, over 10 hours at least for me. For someone that whenever I you know, when you arrive at a new dungeon, I try to clear the entire dungeon
Stay put.
and collect chests. I haven't chest farmed. Basically, my first visit, I try to collect all of the available chests, which is, you know, not all of them, because some chests are locked behind early login. In her space station, there's a chest that you have to wait 3 to 4 days for it to appear. You know, so I get it.
One with nature.
But you know, it's too early. It's still within the hype period. The game will not die. The game will be successful because a lot of people like turn-based game. At least people like grow up with it. But can it have the same, or how do I say it, the same appeal like Genshin? Probably not. But if it does, I'm not surprised. Because it comes with a reputation. People see how good Genshin is, at least general public, and think, oh, how you'll make a new game? Let's try. And then they play for like 2 hours. Oh, this is fun. I'll stick around. Something like that. So yeah, going back to that, that's at least my plan, or rough outline on how I plan to approach the game. I think my only regret from beta probably is I don't jot down some of the crucial information. Because at least until Trailblaze level 50, which is, yeah, Trailblaze level 50, you need 9. Is it 9? No, you need, for 1 day worth of TP, you need 4 fuel. So if you get, let's say, 33 from Pom Pom, you get less than, what, 8 days worth of TP from Pom Pom. So if you don't reset, you're basically what, roughly 8 to 10 days behind other people in terms of progress, or at least in terms of Trailblaze level. Maybe more, maybe less, because at least today, looking from just spamming friendship, I've seen someone reach Trailblaze level 30. So maybe they refresh to the max and they just speedrun it because they already played the beta. Maybe, I don't know. No rush, just play normally. I checked back the footage earlier. You unlock Spiral Abyss, aka Forgotten Hall / Memory of Chaos. Well, the earlier part, the first 15 stages are called Forgotten Hall. Memory of Chaos is basically the hours bi-weekly Spiral Abyss. So for Forgotten Hall, not Memory of Chaos. Trailblaze level 21. TL 21. It's not bad. We are almost there. I think one of the reasons I managed to catch up in like the Trailblaze level requirement, probably because I get bombarded with like companion mission and adventure mission. Right now, not a lot. You should get Himeko companion mission, you should get Hook and Natasha, and later on Asta companion mission. At least. Because why I remember, because at least the game made it so that after you clear the character's companion mission, they will appear randomly in the Astral Express. It's kind of dank. So yeah, the funniest probably Asta. The sad is probably Natasha. Hook is kind of wholesome, okay. I also wonder if they will, because we basically perform a big changes towards the country, or towards the entire planet. Because Belobal, it's the last bastion of humanity or whatever. So I guess one country for the entire planet. So I wonder if in like future event or future storyline, they will expand upon how Underworlders will adapt to Overworld, something like that. you know, as for a game that focuses on the story, I would like to see that, because Genshin, we get it, but it's true event, it's true limited event. Like, people that finish Inazuma Archon Quest but started playing the game after, okay, let me start over. People that finish Inazuma Archon Quest and Raiden second story quest but play after Irodori event, which is 2.6, so they start 2.7 and, you know, forward. Maybe it's like a good storyline showing how Inazuma has changed, how Inazuma starting to open its border or whatever, you know.
Solidify.
So it's, I don't think it's a minor thing. It shows you, you know, a permanent change in Inazuma, but we do not see it if the patch is not focused on Inazuma, because Irodori is Inazuma focused patch. Because they don't show it on Archon Quest, they show it from like limited event that people that play earlier can participate. If you start playing today, can you participate in the Array of Providence? I mean, quick start maybe, but there's a lot of things to do, you know. So I don't know. At least, so I hope if they want to like capture the story aspect of, oh, this is how Belobot after its story conclusion from the trail-based mission, show it in like character episode or character companionship quest or world quest, or, you know, a trail-based mission, because trail-based mission is the important one that most people have to do. Yeah, talking about that, I don't know, I'm just rambling. Because Genshin has this disconnecting aspect that, you know, people that start during 1.0 will not complain about it, or people that experience certain specific event will not complain about it. But we often have this complaint among newer players that people like Scaramouche, blah blah, right? But because I have no attachment towards Scaramouche, because during the, I forgot the name of the event where he met Fischl and Mona, during that time,
Solidify.
I think it's Fischl and Mona, or is it Mona and someone else? But whatever, during that time, not Fischl, I think, during Mona, during that meeting with Mona,
Order guide you.
during I forgot the name, is it Uneven Star? Unreconciled Star, there you go. During that time,
Take your true form.
the love for Scaramouche started during that time. But for me, because I don't play the event, I did not participate in it. I can watch the cutscene, but I don't really watch Genshin content on YouTube. Like, I read the wiki to catch up, but I don't watch any cutscene that I miss, because, well, it's not available to me. Why should I do it? I want to play the game, not, you know, watching movies. I want to experience it, so I guess wiki is a good
Solidify.
stopgap, I guess, to fill that gap, I guess. But yeah. Do I have to repeat again? Oh god. So yeah, that's the rambling for Genshin storyline. It's too early. I mean, I come to Stariel with some expectation, but I don't try to put it on like, oh, Genshin killer or whatever. No, I like Genshin. I also like Stariel. I like turn-based game. I can enjoy action game, so I enjoy action game. I play God Eater, at least based on my playtime, what, over 100 hours, which is on the lower end for, you know, a series, for someone that played the series. But I mean, you know, I enjoy it. This one, cross country. I guess modern games just use this box. Dialogue box at the bottom of the screen. Where do I go? Oh. I think it's a lot easier for localization. If they use the regular dialogue box, you know, the bubble, text bubble, the speech bubble, maybe there's some issue with like localization. Maybe. So universal approach is to use this bottom text thing. Because Falcom did it for Kuro. And I kind of appreciate it. It makes the it makes the interface look better, I think. Like I like the charm of the text bubble, the text speech bubble, but it's not text speech, it's text bubble. But yeah, I think, I don't know, again, I'm not like a game dev, I don't know the technical aspect of it, but I think you cannot adjust it. The text speech is the text bubble, sorry, it's not like you can adjust it based on the number of words you put into it. So the text will be the bubble will be bigger the more words you put into it. I think it's like fixed in size, I think. Maybe. That's just my speculation. Because at least in Kiseki games, until Hajimari no Kiseki, it's a bit different. Very fast. This is next week, probably. Let's mine, I guess. Already mined, so okay. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe my guess is that text bubble is not flexible. Basically, they just wipe the text and then replace it with another one. It's not something that when localizer get the game file, they have like the list of texts available, and then they just replace the text with the localized version, and then it will translate it into a new space. Let's say Japanese will have 3 lines for their one NPC text bubble size, but when you localize it, English version, you have like only 2 lines, so the text bubble will become smaller.
This blade.
I don't know.
It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
I cannot say yes or no on that, but maybe. So having the regular text box at the bottom of the screen is a lot more universal, I guess, because they can just adjust the size of the font if there's so many things they need to input. I guess it's a lot more universal, probably. I don't know.
Need the help of an elder, huh?
I guess I just got used to like some JRPGs, like Kuro started it, Genshin. So it's like, okay, fine.
Thank you for trade my flesh and blood for my
320.
life.
I have to be prepared.
After he abandoned me in that.
Yeah, we'll probably. I think it's possible for this week, and then I can use Ayaka and Shenhe. Okay. After that, I think I have to bring 1 or 2 level 20. I think I can brute force everything which only in Kazuha, technically. But you know, just for friendship for me. I already bought the Welkin, I guess, for Starrail. Just okay. I don't think I will get locked out of it, out of the shop. I don't think so. Because I guess my account just bind it to Hoyo Lab. Because I log in to Genshin on PC with this account, I have access to the shop. Even though the first thing that I ever purchased in Genshin is on PS4. So I guess they just let you adapt to it. I don't know. Do I ruin my mood? Or do I farm? Oh, there's not a lot of things to do. Let's ruin my mood. 4 runs and then I'm out. After this, I'll finish my... Not finish. I'll use my TP in Star so that I will not overcap next morning. And tomorrow morning I'll do Star. The thing about Star Trailblaze Point is that it's easy. In that sense. It's easy because it's 24 hours cycle. Every hour you get like 10 Trailblaze power. So easier estimation rather than Genshin weird 180 resin per 24 hours. It's bullshit, you know. ちょっと待って。ちょっと。Okay, everything's fine. Let's charge my burst. Oh, I did not switch the theme. Next week, I can either continue with Tenacity or I can continue with Emblem. And no, there's no like one right way to do it. Because at least this week I got a lot of, not a lot, a few good functional pieces. The frustration comes in after a week worth of farming. You get nothing to show for. That's when I really have to reconsider, do I switch domain, do I continue farming, or do I just stop and farm for characters? Usually. I think Ganyu the Faf might help this game.
Mind the dailies. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Embrace the ice.
Be still.
1 minute, disgusting. People can clear this domain in like 5 seconds. If you take more than 30 seconds to clear an artifact domain, you got a long way. Three more. Now that I have 2 weeklies to do every week. Oh god. That's interesting.
Born of icy frost. For Rex Lapis. Into the wind.
The depths beckon.
Clouds high, the birds call.
Whirling snow. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Stario weeklies is just Smoothie Universe. The rest are like easy. And you can AFK it. I'm not surprised once we reach like end game, people will come out with like a team comp where you can just auto while you scroll Reddit or YouTube or something. That's really bad. Bad. 2 more. I need HP Sand with energy recharge. Maybe HP Circlet with energy recharge. And that's it.
Next on the agenda. No touching. Access denied.
The wind knows me. Be still. Mind the dailies.
Blaze over.
Ya no tengo no tameni.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind.
It's Gano, right? Oh, it's like Emperor or like a king in JP because I play Overwatch. I know what and my stripe name is. It's like Susano O. The O at the end of the name is probably like King Susano O or Emperor Susano O or something. I'm not Japanese, I don't know. That's just my guess. So Gan, you say Gan wo or Gan O Tenku no Tameni just means O refers to Zhongli, right? Rex Lapis. This could be it, maybe. Well, I'll take. That's a flower, huh? Well, I'll roll it. Maybe. Something like, Morax, Rex Lapis, our king or my king, please bless me or some shit. Something like that, I don't know. For Rex Lapis is like a tribute, right? Or like a sign of respect.
One with nature.
Not my language, sorry about that. This is a guess.
Kamisato up. Suyu.
As one with wind and cloud.
No touching. This is long overdue. Kamisato out. Sumetsu.
That's disgusting. 48 seconds, that's slow. You need to be able to do it in like 5 seconds. If you can't, then get good. Okay, done. What do we get for today? Nothing. HP? There you go. That's a troll. There you go. I'm out. The thing is, you can get by with like a crit damage line in a subset for cryo stuff, you know, cryo damage goblet or any pieces from Blade Destroyer. The thing is, the issue is that not having crit damage circularity. The other issue is that the other issue is that you have no control over which subset it will roll into. So, you know, you can have 3 flat and 1 crit damage line, and once you roll plus 20 it will hit every single crit damage subset. No, sorry, it will hit every roll will go into crit damage. You can do that, or the opposite. You can have double crit line and like energy recharge on the mastery, and then 1 flat defense. You plus 20 it. All 5 rolls can go into flat defense, bro. So yeah, we have no control over it. Just get lucky, I guess. Today's Narukami, huh? Oh, Narukami is quick. Wait, Chotto mate. I wonder if the amount of Dendroculus refers to the, how do I say it, the widespread of the faith of a nation. But Venti ignore Monstatter. Not ignore, like Monstatter appreciate Venti, but he's not actively participate in, you know, engaging with them, just like Zhongli before he faked his death, or Raiden. This one I hope for energy recharge. This one's very copium, so like Kokomi piece. Hoping for flat HP, sorry, HP percent. No. This one, I don't know, because attack is good. There's like a conversion of how many attack equals to how many crit damage, crit rate. And for Blizzard Slayer character, sorry, burping. To some extent attack can be good, but again, you need to reach a certain threshold. Yeah, basically, what's the conclusion is I got trolled today, that's it. Nothing to show for. Luckily I got some One Piece earlier this week. Oh god. I should not eat after like 8 p.m. to be honest. Every time I do it, I regret it. Well, a friend invited me, so don't want to say no.
Gather. Stabilize. Solidify. Stabilize. The wind knows me.
Whirling snow. Yeah. Hip. Ha.
Be right back. Need to feed my cat.
Oh? Oh. 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 Oh? Oh.
Sorry about that. Feed my cat. Oh, Yoimiya, come home. If I lose my 50-50 to Yoimiya, and not getting her. Fontaine then. Oh, I should not eat. Well, I kind of regret it, but it's a free food, you know. Free food is free, so. I mean, it's 50-50 in hindsight, you know. If you win, you will say, oh my god, I got Yoimiya, lucky. And if you don't win, I didn't get Yoimiya, why did I do that? Why did I pull on her banner? Blah blah blah. I've gambled before. I know what to expect, it's just sometimes a lot more difficult to accept it. I guess because I have everything's ready for her. Like I have like a lot of good Shiminawa pieces, so might as well, you know, use her. Naku weed. Choto choto. Yeah, that's not Miss Glitter, right?
Take flight.
Have you done the new event? I think I'll stall until, I don't know, next week. I need to catch up in Stario. At least I need to unlock the weekly boss. Weekly boss stuff. You can use teapot for it. I have over 1,000 because I planted on teapot. Then whenever I do the artifact farming route, you know, the daily artifact folder route, I just pick them up whenever I am in Serra Island. So I have over 1,000. You need what? 300 something, right? Less than 400 for like 2 characters. So like, yeah, this one has a few. This one near Koseki village you have 4 or 5. If you do it consistently every 2-3 days, you can get, by time you can stockpile it. I mean, some of the resources I have are just basically I go to the spot every day, or at least every 2-3 days. That's basically it. Like, there are a few things that I farm because, you know, I don't frequent the spot. Like Cecilia, I farm it. Hilanemo mushroom, I farm it. This one, Windward Ulster, usually around Windrise. Special lamp grass, that one spot, mining spot in Mondstadt. This spot. Whenever whenever I go here for this mining spot, there's one spot with 3 lamp grass, so I just pick them up whenever I'm there. Calla Lily is around water near Mondstadt, so whenever I do ley line, I can show you all of the spots. So whenever I do ley line here or ley line in Springvale around here, I can pick them up. I can show you where I get them frequently, you know. Dandelion I usually farm. June chili farm and not farm, like daily thing, and teapot, Nautilus jade while mining. Silk flower, technically I farm. Liz lily, technically farm. Genshin, farm. Sarconch is when I use when I mine near Goyun Stone Forest. There's a few area there. Same with Coral Lapis. Violet grass, annoying to farm, so I do teapot. Onigabuto I farm technically, and there's some spot. Sakura bloom whenever there's leyline in Araumi. Whenever there's leyline here, you can usually after clearing leyline, I just run around and collect things. Julian Chili, they are sparse. They are all over Leeway, but they are not like in cluster. It's like one tree. It's better to farm them in teapot if you need a lot. If not, you have to use interactive map. I remember 1 or 2 spots. Here, this waypoint, you go to the broken house, you will see 1. This spot, you will see like a tent, and then there's 1 there. Where else? The one that I remember. I think that's it. The rest I don't remember. Yeah, near Kingsay Village. Usually there's a lot around Kingsay Village. Just go there and just farm. Start from this house, this teleport waypoint, and then just run around in Kingsay Village. Kingsay Village has a lot of Julian chilies. I think most people farm it in teapot because you can do it passively. Yeah, because it depends on the context. Like I just pick them up whenever I am in the area. Like whenever I do this spot for mining, I usually collect the Sakura bloom here. You know, hence why before I get Ayato and Ayaka, I already have about close to 1,000, I believe, of Sakura bloom, because there's a few spots that I frequent that I grind it. So whenever there's leyline in Araumi, whenever I have this spot here, sometimes when I do the Inazuma commission, there's like multiple spots here. There are times when I was grinding for the achievement for the daily fortune. So whenever I go there, I bring electro characters and just run around Naruto mission and collect things. So that's my habit for some item. There are some items that I grind because you need it. So Crystal Marrow you have to grind manually. Same with Sango Pearl. Same with Fluorescent Fungus. Lukashava Mushroom because I don't know. I don't farm a lot of like Sumeru stuff. The one that I farm regularly probably Parisara and Scarab because I just happen to be there. The rest I just farm normally. I mean, you just take your time. If time is not a constraint, you can just plant it in teapot. If you want to rush it, then like most people, just Google and YouTube the farming spot. Oh yeah, people talk about my Crystal Fly for some reason. I don't know. I play on PS4, so I don't know the. I play on mobile. There are times when I was not at house. I basically we were outside or like away from home for like two days or something, and I cannot. I just borrow my mom's phone to play daily sometimes. So I know how to play on mobile sometimes. But this Crystal Fly, I can show you some of the spot that I farm. At least for me, it's a habit. Most of them in like Mondstadt. I used to heal in Mondstadt, or I still do. Whenever I need to use waypoint, I need to use Statue of 7 to heal. I go to Windrise, and there are a lot in Windrise, so I just go there. The other spot is Dawn Winery, because sometimes there are ley lines here, so whenever I teleport here, they just available here. so I just collect it. And whenever I do daily mining, there are a few available when you go to Guyun Stone Forest. So yeah, those 3 spots are like where I collect most of my
A blade is like
crystal fly. And you can see there. So whenever I go to this spot, to go to this mining spot specifically, sometimes I catch them, sometimes I don't. So around this spot you can see the crystal fly on the screen. So because I don't know your daily routine. Some people log in, do ley line, do resin, you're out, right? I still do mining. I still do artifact fodder, even though I split my Inazuma and Liyue / Sumeru route. I also don't visit every spot. So there are some spots that I just frequent every 2-3 days, so I just collect stuff there. So yeah, you know, that's how I play. Hence why I have, for some item, I have a lot of them. I've caught crystal flies in using phone. Not fun. I heard that they are a lot more difficult in PC, maybe because, I don't know, frame rate or something. Because PS4 loading is a lot slower. So because loading is a lot slower, whenever let's say Dawn Winery or Windrise, when I teleport it, they are still flying. But in PC, probably once the loading is finished, they should be like halfway flying upwards, something like that. I don't know. So I don't know, but what I heard is that they are a lot more difficult to get if you play on PC or something. So I cannot confirm or deny how difficult it is to do on PC. 1, 2, 3. What's the other one? Oh, 4. So yeah, that's where I get some of the stuff I have. Just take it regular mining. It's like, well, I think someone mentioned it to me. Why do I have? Let me check. Yeah, I mean, I have like 1 hour's worth of, not 1 hour, 2 hours of playtime on mobile. I need to upgrade my phone. I think by the end of this month or early next month, I've saved some money, so I need to upgrade my phone. What do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, someone complained, why do I have, where is it? Yeah, over 8,000 treasure hoarder. It's not that many, because if you do artifact farming route, you will encounter a lot of treasure hoarder guarding the area or the investigative spot where you can get your artifact fodder. So I just so happen have a habit of killing stuff when I'm farming something en route. So, you know. Yeah, the other thing is like, yeah, GOV shop hatchling or GOV shop material. Like, I have 5,000 because when I mine in Guyun Stone Forest, there are a few. They are one of them. The other one is like the ley line here, and then whenever I have to go to this spot in Mount Aochang, there's like 2 GOV shop hatchling. Sorry, GOV shop and GOV shop hatchling. So, like, that's where I get some of the stuff. So it depends on the habit. Because some people, like, I've seen on Reddit, people posted, they have like max number of items, including the highest tier one. I don't do that. Basically, they convert everything and then they just show up. Basically, they grind everything every day. So, I mean, do what you want, right? No issues for me. But the conclusion is there are some resources that you have to farm. There are some resources that you can technically farm, but depends on your daily routine. I don't know how long you play every day. At least I try to play 1-2 hours every day because I'm doing this meaningless tasks. No, I kicked the table, sorry. I kicked a table. I kicked my table. I don't think you can hear my fart. At least on OBS. No, I don't think you can, it's too far. Plus my mic is not good, so I don't think you can pick the sound that far. But you can hear the door closes because my room is like my desk is like very close to the door. I think that's I kicked a table earlier.
Time to go.
Yeah, like that. If you can pick it up.
Time to go.
Do I go here? Yeah, I have to. Yeah, the ley line is there. Yeah, this. Can you hear it? Yeah, this is a table. I'm full. I'm really full and bloated. Oh god. Yeah, this thing is not always here. I thought it's always there, no. Whenever you have ley line here, it will appear. If not, you have to use this one. So from that spot near Statue of Seven, you have to go here and then you have to glide down. For some reason. I don't want to test it. I heard that Sorush can remove this thing. That's interesting. But I don't think it'll be permanent. Because I don't think there's anything permanent aside from world class that you can adjust in the environment. Let me check. I need to check my emblem because I think next week I either continue tenacity or if my emblem situation is dire then I have to go there. I mean I have 50 polls, so assuming the rumors about Yoimiya being on the next patch is true, then maximum I have to do 40 poll maximum. So it's not like a big deal. It's not, because the plan is to hit PD and see if I win my 50-50. If I lose, then I just stop. I think the longest one rolling weapon. I have what, 60-ish pulls? 70 to 60 to 70. It's not as big as the Ayaka and Shenha's pull because that one I've been saving for quite a while. And for Shenha, I just changed my mind multiple times. Oh, you know about the story quest? Yeah, maybe that's highly likely. She get her second story quest, which is dank.
Stabilize.
Because her first story quest is during the Archon quest, right? Where we spend time about talking about fireworks. Yeah, I do not know about that, but what I know from leaks is that she's getting a new story quest. That's it. The first character getting the first non-Archon character getting their second story quest. I don't think they will kill like NPCs or not NPC playable characters family. I think there's a reason why they just use stock model for playable characters family. Well, the intent probably was to kill them, but I think they just don't want to make it's here, huh? Okay, they don't want to give the players hope of, oh, Yoimiya's stat, you can play with Mr. Naganohara. No, because at least in Genshin, unique model means highly likely the character is playable. I mean, Archon usually second story quest will unlock a new weekly boss, except for Venti, because for Mondstadt we have Storm Terror, which is a part of the Archon quest, and after that Dvalin. Well, Dvalin, sorry, Storm Terror is Dvalin. Andreas is under Razor story quest, not Venti. It's kind of related to Venti, but it's not under Venti story quest. So among the Archons, including Nahida, the latest one, Venti is the only one with like single story quest so far. But we already have 2 weekly bosses for Mondstadt, so the rules a bit different for Venti. Is it quicker? Yeah, that's kind of far. I think you can go here. I don't remember the exact location. I leave the marker. Should be around here somewhere. The island. There's no like domain there, so you have to swim. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Mondstadt is the smallest area. Assuming we use this river, like, or this water body as the how do I say, as the limit for Mondstadt, and if we assume Dragonspine is not part of Mondstadt, Dragonspine is its own thing, then Mondstadt is the smallest, because yeah, technically it's small. I expect Fontaine to be like this area, and then you have bodies of water. Basically Fontaine would be a bit like Liyue. You have segments of land and then water, segments of land, water, something like that. That's my expectation for Fontaine. Because too much water means it's a meme. Oh my god, 7 out of 10 too much water or some shit. I mean, Venti is the OG, original Archon, right? Like, A knows about Zhongli because she just accompanies Makoto whenever they meet up. That one is like mentioned in the game. So Nahida, I'm not sure. She might have the memories of the Archon, but the other Archon might not know her. Maybe because Invensul kind of mess up the history of Ruka Devata. Oh, that's a moon, huh? Not my first time seeing it, but it's that big, huh? Is it here? No. Oh, thank God. I hate this part. So it's regular then. The worst thing that could happen? R2 Russ on Yoimiya. Okay. Yeah, I don't read voice line because I don't do it on stream. The only thing I do on Genshin when I play on off stream is world class. Like, I finished Golden Slumber off stream, technically. Yeah, I mean, aside, there's not a lot of like bow that Yoimiya can use. I think because the nicheness of her kit, technically speaking. She focuses on normal attack, sorry. Because a lot of bow weapon, they as a support. Let's start with 4-star. Support damage on skill burst, reset cooldown / support. Royal Bow, I don't know. Rust, normal attack, charge attack, I don't know. Compound Bow, never use it. Go Blackcliff, same with Black Wave or anything. On kill, get something, like get some kind of buff on kill, I believe. Wirsenhan, normal attack or charge attack hits, you get the Anemo swirl thing. Alihunter, probably normal attack, but I don't think it complements Yoimiya, because nobody ever mentioned Alihunter with Yoimiya. Mitanax Waltz, I don't know. Hamayumi, energy recharge. Good on Ganyu, but not on Yeah, Predator is a meme. Moon, Burst, Fading Twilight, Burst, Kingsfire, not good. Same with End of the Line. Scout Harp, maybe. The stat stick. Aqua, generally good pulls are focus on skill, I think. Normal attack, support, charge attack, charge attack. So there's not a lot. At least from what I know. Because I don't pay attention to characters that I don't think I'm gonna pull. But most of the time I change my mind on some characters because usually I make my plans around 180 pull for one character. But usually things change because, you know, you get them early, so you have extra left over. Hence why you can get a second character by the time the new character arrives or something. But when I started playing Genshin, that's how I budget my Primogem spending. Only aim for a character that I want 180 pulls. I don't gamble, but I got multiple characters at early PD, so based on my budget I have a lot of extra leftovers. That's why I can do weapon banner. That's why I can gamble on 50-50 on some characters. Because Yoimiya is not someone that it's not that I don't like her. Like, she's one of the characters that I can think, oh, maybe I like her playstyle. However, the plan changes, that's all I can say. Zhongli and the Hydro Archon, huh? The Hydro Archon usually they will release Archon when the Archon quest is concluded. And I think we don't know, they might change because Inazuma is kind of formulaic like Mondstadt and Liyue. Within 3 patches they want to conclude the Archon quest, but for Sumeru they do it in 3 patches. Okay, Inazuma 2.0, 2.1, just like Mondstadt, Liyue, Archon quest or whatever. Well, Mondstadt, Liyue kind of weird because it's during the release of the game, right? But still counts. So my point is, I think they kind of change after what happened to Inazuma Archon quest. I like the Archon quest, but some parts of it rush and kind of a mess. But if they can remake Inazuma the way they do Nahida's Archon quest, oh boy, it's gonna be dank. So maybe for Fontaine we get a longer Archon quest, assuming they want to explore more about Fontaine. We know a few things about Fontaine. That's all. We know something about Fontaine. We know something. Oh, we know a lot of things from Shinaz. We don't know a lot. We don't know anything about Natlan. So maybe Natlan will have like 3 patches or 4 patches worth of Archon quests, you know, something like that. Because they don't mention, so they might use the Archon quest and maybe a lot of work quests like the one we have in Sumeru to explore more about the lore of the nation as a whole, something like that. The history, like Aranyaka, Golden Slumber, the Varina of good and evil, you know, something like that. I mean, I started playing in 2.1 when Raiden is up, when they release Raiden, when they concluded Inazuma Archon quest. I don't know the feeling, but yeah, I mean it's the same patch. Technically yes, but I usually take leak with a grain of salt. But, like, it's fun to talk about it, but we all know, like, things can change because sometimes leakers are like bullshit their way because they want engagement, so they make up stories so that people talk about them and ask them more questions so they can wang themselves over. Oh my god, I'm famous, blah blah blah. Because we don't know the reliability of leakers. Everything's hindsight basically. Like, when they say something we might question it, like during last patch 3.5 one leaker mentioned that Ayaka and Shenhe will get a banner rather than Eula, because at least based on pattern, people expect Eula and someone 1 5-star from Mondstadt to appear, because again it is a Mondstadt focus event. Because at least before 3.5, most of the patch will have a 5-star that is from the nation. So for like London, right, we always have someone or banners for leeway characters, rerun or whatever, right? But 3.5 kind of weird because it's a Mondstadt focus patch, but also Dehya story quest, so Dehya kind of gets a pass. But for the second half, no Mondstadt characters. We get Mika, and then we got Ayaka and Shenhe. So
Wind Strider.
yeah, I mean, Signora, people say there's a lot of things. I want her to be playable because I just like her design. I also like her lore, but at least people that look at the game file say something like, "Oh, she's not meant to be playable." Because you can read theories about how basically the first theory, the easiest theory for any Genshin character that is meant to be playable is that they should have something flowing on their back, because when you run you'll see them flow. So Ayaka has that bow and that thing. Yongli has that thing flowing. Ruzan flowing. Kazuha flowing. That's like one of the theory
Time to go.
that you can read online, which is, I think it's stupid, but whatever. Even Dainsleif was released, or not really, was announced to be playable. When I started playing, I do a lot of reading about the game, and I just happened to stumble upon on the wiki mentioning that, oh, they already announced Dainsleif to be playable, but we don't know the release date. It's too early to announce him, right? And if you look at Dainsleif design, you can see the flowy requirement to be playable. Because I guess the theory is that you spend a lot of time looking at a character's back rather than character's front. So having something flowy grabs your attention, because we are all goldfish, you know, we cannot focus on a thing without getting distracted. Maybe that's the theory. Maybe. So maybe, and using that theory, Signora is not meant to be playable, because if you look at her model, her back is like plain. There's not a lot of pattern to distract ourselves, because we are all goldfish, number one. Number two, in terms of height, she doesn't complement the Genshin 3 body types. So we have child model, male and female. We have teen model, male and female, and adult model, male and female. So Signora doesn't fit the adult female height requirement, or something like that. Hence why some people speculate that, oh, Signora might not be playable. There's also like people that look at the game files, like Scaramouche was labeled as a playable character. I don't remember the exact term that we use, but Scaramouche was labeled to be playable, and Signora uses a monster label. So people that look at, and the people that data mine and look at the game files, look at Signora's label and think, oh, she's a monster. The game, the dev at least, view her as a monster. So the possibility of her being playable is a bit low compared to someone like Scaramouche with a different label. Because we've gotten like characters that available but not released yet. Like we met Ganyu during Leeway Archon Quest, and she's supposed to release later, right? Something like that. So people look at the label and then think, oh, Ganyu, she can be playable, because the label said that, oh, this is what, adult model, adult something. I don't remember the labeling system. Something like adult catalyst, adult bow or something, or female bow user. I don't know, I don't remember, but something like that, something bullshit like that. So highly unlikely, but I don't mind Signora being playable. I can rock with that. I forgot to check. Let's go to Tiny Camp. So yeah, that's the theory on whether Signora will be playable. Based on the evidence, highly unlikely, but we don't know because they can introduce Signora. I mean, she's technically cryo, at least based on her Fatui delusion. She's cryo for Signora, and we don't have any cryo catalysts, so Signora might be the first cryo catalyst that we have. Might be fun. I heard that there's someone from the Mahamatra here after we slaughter the entire village. Where though? I heard that this village is empty after you slaughter everyone, but where is it? There should be like an NPC here. Let's check around. And I also heard that there's a note in Jet's house or tent. Ganyu, the thing about Ganyu is that you can use her as a hyper carry. It depends on your I would say it depends on your platform, because I think Ganyu is a lot more fluid to play on. Oh, Sumerus. Ganyu is a lot more fluid to play on PC rather than PS4 because the aiming, I guess. Oh, the thing is down here. This room. The key, I think you get it for free. I don't remember where. You can look at the wiki, but you will get the key straight away. I think after you kill Babel. This one? It's down here near the crocodile area. Yeah, you can see this camp. It's the opposite. I think you need to check the requirement for the wiki. I don't remember the requirement. Because for the quest you have to do multiple war quests to trigger it basically. So I think you are missing something, that's why you cannot trigger it. Check back. Just go to the wiki. Jet's house is... Yeah, there you go, I see the Mahamatra.
I follow the wind.
Tanji, what's up, buddy? Vahumana Dastur. It's a long story. Internal conflict, technically. No, you don't. You don't. Oh, you can play card against him? Nice.
What really happened to the
You don't need Archon quests. It's very rare for war quests that require Archon quests or story or Archon story quests as part of the requirement. Is this... Where is Jet's camp? Okay, supposedly you can read a letter from Jet. You just go to the wiki, you will see the requirement. I think you'll miss like one quest or whatever. Or sometimes you have to wait for the daily reset. I guess I have to check every time then. Because you should get like a note from Jet. Is it here? No.
What really happened to the targets?
I'm at the correct spot. Because this NPC is here. However, where's the letter? That's I already read that. It's not here. if you just clear a quest, you have to wait, I think. Something like that. She's not here. This is a book. I need to confirm. I'll YouTube it later. But yeah, we did the correct thing. I think that's all, right? For today. We cleared everything. Anything that I missed? I don't think so. I think you'll miss some stuff. Singer? I don't watch, or I don't listen to typical singer. I just listen to video games song. It's been like, I don't know, 10, 20 years? No, not 20 years. 10 years-ish since I listened to like an artist. I just usually listen to song from video games, that's it. And I rarely listen to songs. Usually when like on a field trip where you have to sit for like 2-3 hours in a car. But when I was a kid, I listened a lot to, I think most people around my age listen a lot to like Linkin Park, you know, things like that. But I cannot say I'm a fan of Linkin Park because I don't follow their progress. Well, I'm not. I am old, that's all. I am 54 years old.
Surely enough to convince
So,
anyone to become a wanderer.
what the hell? 15 to 16? That's... I don't think so. I think my voice is a lot more deeper than your average 15 to 16. Maybe it's just context, maybe. People say I have boring voice, lazy voice, which I agree, yes. I just don't like to talk. I just listen because I think it's a lot more fun to listen to people babbling about bullshit. You know how there's some loud people, right? So I just usually sit around and listen to them talking nonsense. That's a lot more fun than, you know, speaking for myself. Oh god. Why? That's a maybe. Oh god, why? Nothing, huh? Yare. Nothing. Well, she got nothing. Let's see. Damn, that's lucky. I mean, I got multiple one. It's a feather, you know. Feather is... Let's just say feather is a lot easier to get with double crit than other pieces. Feather and flower, technically. What thing do I need to farm? Tomorrow's Friday, right? I think tomorrow morning I'll do Star Rail. And then at night I'll do Genshin. I will stall Genshin until Sunday maybe, or next week. I'll start this thing next week. At least I want to see, can I clear Bella Box Trailblaze mission this weekend? I don't know about that, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't mind doing it, but yeah. If I have the time, I can play longer, but sometimes, you know, real life catches up. I have what, 1.6. I can crown someone. I thought I want to reach level, but that's barely enough for like level 80. That's enough for like one character to level 80. So assuming I got Yoimiya, I can use that, assuming that Hmm. Yeah, because the main event usually gives you about 500,000 easily. Yeah, for the reward for the entire thing. So you know, I'll take my time. Clear. Oh yeah, hang out. I can't because I need to focus on Stariel. I need to clear until like Bella Walks story because that's when you unlock everything. Cryo Yoimiya. Well, is it Gigi? I mean, Gigi is fine. Like, she's not meta, but if you lose your 50-50, you lose your 50-50. You can bitch about it, post on Reddit, you know, screaming or something. If you lose your 50-50, you lose your 50-50. It's not your fault. We all started on an even playing field. RNG wise. We have no control over RNG. The only thing we have control is resources. If you can spend money and you can afford to spend money, then it's a lot easier, quote unquote, for you to get a 5-star or to guarantee a 5-star. But if you're free to plebs and you want a 5-star and you gamble on your 50-50, you don't get them, then well, that's how RNG works. Next weapon that I might raise probably Lion's Roar, Rust, and probably a third 5 lands and Favonius Sword. A third, and then I can refine the rest. You only need 3, so for Favonius Great Sword probably I keep like 2 copies. There's not a lot of like good a Great Sword user or Claymore user. I need a third copy of Favonius Warbow. And then that's it. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of gacha games copy Genshin system. I think Wuthering Waves and the new Persona 5 gacha game, at least in terms of the system, they copy Genshin. There's like 50-50 system because they see Genshin make a lot of money. So, you know. Because it turns out gacha game wants to make a lot of money, so they just copy it. At least compared to some other gachas I played, Genshin is a lot more forgiving, I guess. For free to play, you need what, 2.5 patch to guarantee a 5-star, to guarantee a limited 5-star. At least 2.5, maybe 3 patches to guarantee of limited 5-star. So basically 180 pulls max. And the income in Genshin is quite good, I guess. If you play something like FGO, boy, it's really bad. PD is like very punishing, I guess. I'm still new to FGO. I always like the game, but I just never bothered to play it. Once I play it, I do a lot of reading about the game, and boy, it's not very forgiving for a gacha. They just introduced PD this year. So before, I've read a lot about people spending over 1,000, 2,000 Saint quartz and got nothing. And you need like years of savings, multiple years of saving as free to play to get that amount of Saint quartz. So yeah, and you get like less than what, every week you get less than 10 Saint quartz. Weeklies give you 3 Saint quartz, I believe. I think daily login based on the rewards a bit different because they rotate for every 5 days, 7 days or something. I don't remember, I don't pay attention. How to get compass? Just do your bounties, because you can buy compass from the bounty rewards. So whenever a new nation is out, most people will rush exploration so that they can unlock bounties. But you need the XP, right? yeah, basically, where is it? Yeah, basically people try to unlock bounty. To unlock this reward, you need like level 2. So when, let's say Sumeru was released, people rush to get the XP so that you can reach reputation level 2 to unlock the weekly bounty number 1 and, you know, a bunch of war quests. So if you want to get the compass, just do your weekly bounties. I think when when Sumeru was released, I basically rushed to unlock the bounties because I already maxed out in Inazuma, so I wanna complete Sumeru ASAP. So I was like grinding for like one week to at least to unlock the weekly bounties. For reputation grade, you need to be at level 2 to unlock the weekly bounties. So just farm enough adventure bounty XP or the reputation XP just so that you can reach level 2. I think that's it, right? Yeah, there's not a lot of things to do. Okay, done. I thought I would start the event, but I'll stall. I'll wait. We have what, 17 days? Let's check when's the new Spiral Abyss. Spiral Abyss will be on Monday, reset. Oh god. I'll do Tuesday or Wednesday. Then Monday is a lot of things to do in Genshin because weeklies. Baiju will be out second half, I think less than a week. Usually the banner transition 4 days. Banner transition on second half banner what, about Wednesday or Tuesday? So yeah, 4 days from now. 4.5 days maybe? Yeah, roughly. Because second half banner is like evening, right? So usually the first primos of the first half of banner will be available when the patch drop, so it will be equal to everyone. But second half usually Asian people get it first, or Asian server get it first. So what's wrong with 90k primos?
Of my home.
I mean, it's
This blade.
I buy Welkin, so that's manageable to get 90k primos. So you can see the 1200, I don't know, Genesis Crystal, that's from primos. Not a lot actually. If you do the math, 19k gives you 12 10 pull. Give me a sec. Yeah, 11.8. So about 12 10 pull. It's not a lot. That's not 12 10 pull is 120 PD. That's not a lot. That's maybe you can guarantee 5 stars, assuming you get early, but worst case scenario again. You need 28.8 to guarantee. So 19k is like whatever, you know. I also buy Welkin, so every day I have 1 pull. You know, all math considered. If you don't buy Welkin, you need what, 2-3 days to get 1 PD or 1 pull or worth of Primogem for daily commission, something like that. I don't know. Also, event gives you a lot technically. This is the main event. Main event should give you a lot. Regular smaller event will give you 420. Main event will give you about what, 1,000? Maybe something like that. I don't know. You can do the math. You can check from previous event. I mean, Welkin is, if you can afford it, you can. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do prostitute, so I have some money for entertainment. Not a lot, but enough for, like, you know, to keep myself going. I guess. So because I don't do all of those things, I just have enough extra money for entertainment purpose. So I just use it on gacha games. Because, you know, something that I spend time every day. Why not, right? Some people use it to buy new games, but at least for this year, I don't have any other like new games I want to play except Trails into Reverie and the new Inazuma 11 game. So those two are like the games that I look forward to, but they are like 2 months away at least. So, you know. Oh, you cannot log in. I mean, you can log in for like 15 minutes. Just clear resin and daily commission. At least you can sustain your income. And you can do the event on the weekend or something. Usually, you don't have to do the unnecessary stuff like mining or artifact portal route. You don't need to do that. Most people play Genshin for like 10-15 minutes every day. My crown right now I have 8. Because I already crowned some characters. Okay, I have 8. Let's check on characters. Okay, your parents straight. Okay, understandable. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22. So my total crown on this account, I should have 22, but I use a lot of it, so I have 8 more. As a healer, yes. The thing about Jin is that, let's check, Anemo, right? The thing about Jin is that we use Anemo because they are groupers. So Kazuha and Kazuha and Xiao, sorry, not Kazuha, sorry, Scaramouche and Xiao a bit different because they are hyper carries. Faruzan also a bit tricky in terms of grouping because you basically need to be accurate with your placement. So Venti, Sucrose, technically Hazel, and Kazuha are your premium grouper because we use Anemo for grouping because AoE is a thing in Spiral Abyss. So to save your time, you just group them up together and just one-shot them. So Sayu and Jin is kind of weird. Is Jin worth building? Technically, yes. She's really good. She's a very well-rounded character. You can survive the entire game playing Jin solo. How? I believe there are 2 characters that you can solo any content in the game, excluding time limited content. So basically overworld stuff that you can solo, most of them. The first one is like Noelle, C6 Noelle maybe, because she can heal herself. The other one is Jean, because she can also heal herself. And you fight against Anemo enemies, you can just use your own physical attack. She's very well-rounded character, but she's, compared to other Anemo character, she's a bit lacking because she doesn't have any. She has a grouping, because you can hold her scale and then you can suck the smaller enemies and then throw them upwards, right? But other than other Anemo character can do better job at grouping, or even staggering the bigger opponent like Kazuha whenever he plunges, right? So technically, if you need a healer, or if you need like a quick swirler with Viridis and Venerair, Jin fulfill both roles basically. And if you have Amenoma Kagiuchi, you can use it on Jin as well. Where's mine? Why? Because this passive reduces her energy requirement. Because her burst costs 80. This will reduce it 20%. And then Amenoma gives you flat energy. Per 6 seed you get 6, at refinement rank 1, and Jean has short cooldown on her scale, so you can spam it 3 times. At rank 1 you can get, with 3 seed you can get 18 back, so that also lowers her energy requirement. This lowers it by 1 stage, and Amenoma will lowers it into another stage. I mean, Dandelion Seed, you can farm for like a few days around Mondstadt entrance. You can go around this area. There are a few Dandelion Seed. You also need Anemo, so you can use Hazel, Sucrose, Kazuha. Should you build Jean? Technically, yeah, I build Jean because I like her, but you know, some people just ignore it because they are better Anemo options. So you don't really need, you don't really need them. Because you use Anemo for grouping and VV. And most of the time, grouping is better with VV rather than just VV, resistant Venerary effect. The elemental shred. So some people just ignore her, but if you like her design, if you like her playstyle, just use it. Also, her C6 is kind of flat. You get damage increase, damage reduction, 35%. Jean, C6, Beidou, and Xingqiu, you can get 100% damage reduction. So good. I want C4 because yeah, the shred. But if you want to get C4 Jean, you have to lose multiple 50/50s, and I don't want to. So, well, I just stick to Faruzan then. It's a lot easier to get C6 Faruzan than C4 Jean. Sucrose, yes, technically. If you don't have Kazuha or if you don't have Venti, if you need a second grouper, you can use Sucrose. Hazel technically can function as a grouper, but his AoE is smaller. Venti is the premium grouper, assuming you can suck the enemies, assuming you have smaller enemies, because Venti cannot suck the bigger enemies. Kazuha technically can. Kazuha can pull them, and Kazuha can stagger them. So in general situation where you are fighting big and smaller enemies, Kazuha is a lot better than Venti. However, for Venti, he is the best one when it comes to grouping if you are fighting a bunch of smaller enemies, because Kazuha range is kind of limited. For Venti, you can just place it wherever, so that's the option for grouping. Should you use Sucrose? Yeah, I mean, Sucrose is good. Sucrose is the other grouper that some people use if they don't have Kazuha and Venti, because Parallel is some floors unit grouping to make things easier for you, because Parallel is bosses, single bosses in Parallel are the difficult one, like Magu, Genki, Asimon, whatever. But some people just like to trivialize the AoE content by using Venti, Kazuha, or using grouper to make things faster, so they have extra time to clear the next chamber or whatever. So should you build Sucrose? For me, it's yeah, sure, it's worth it to build Sucrose. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sucrose can be your second grouper in Spiral Abyss. Because if you have Kazuha on one side, again, in AoE chamber where you're fighting like 20 plus enemies, Kazuha one side, Sucrose one another side. Yeah, sure. She will help you grouping, when it comes to grouping content. But you just need to get used to her playstyle. Because I think a lot of people like Kazuha because it's a lot easier to estimate the grouping range, because Kazuha is the center of it. Like Venti issue in grouping is that sometimes I don't think you misplace it. It's just the way auto target works in this game. Like you can aim at like one specific enemies. If other enemies move into your range, it will change the auto target, and then Venti will put his burst like somewhere else. So that's the issue about auto targeting rather than Venti. So again, going back to that, if you don't want to pull Venti, Sucrose can help you with grouping content. Flash is also good in like a reaction-based team, because you can see on YouTube any team that want to show their damage showcase, they will use Mona, they will use Sucrose, they will use Bennett, because Sucrose gives you like, let's say like Huta Vape or something. So yeah. Okay, good luck with studies. Good luck with your revision or whatever. I am done for today. I'm also very full. I need to go to bed. So tomorrow start early in the morning, in like 3 hours maybe, and then I'll do something else at night in Genshin. I mean, it's not a guy, I'm just bullshitting information. If I know, I know. If I don't know, then I might mislead people. So yeah, sorry about that. Yep, I'm done for today. So tomorrow I'll do Star Rail, try to catch up Equilibrium level 2. And if possible, progress with the story. If I don't, then I have to wait on the weekend. Yeah, good luck for your exam. 1 week, right? So it will be fine. After that, you can just back to gaming. Have a good one. Good luck with your revision. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Ciao. Bye.